Alright, so I've owned this channel for a little while, and I've uploaded a couple videos, but I really haven't explained much, and since the last video, it's been a very long time. So what I figured I'd do is I'd go through and go over all my vehicles and what I plan to do in the future and things I want to do. State things are in, everything else like that. Haven't been doing this very long, I just kind of do this for shits and giggles, so if it's kind of crappy, please, give me some slack. But without further ado. So the first vehicle is the only vehicle I've actually put videos of on this channel, which is like 3 and they're all kind of crap, but don't matter. It's a 1999 Ford Mustang GT. It's got the V8 in it. It's a manual with the gray salt and pepper interior, 5-speed TR3650 that I've actually had to swap out. It's currently in the middle of me repainting it and is actually coming along very well. I just recently put the side skirts on, painted the inserts, cleaned the tips off. I'm currently waiting on getting the hood back, the bumper back, and the fenders back from getting painted by a buddy of mine. Once those are done, I gotta redo the doors. But I've actually got all the doors here. Doors, I actually got the fenders still. What I meant to say was the hood and the bumper. That's about what's left. But I got the trunk, I got the things. I've actually got a full black swap back there for it. That is ready to go, so as soon as I'm done with the car, I can swap the black interior into it. But I'm kind of waiting on that. There's also a couple other things that are holding me back. For the longest time, it wouldn't start. So what I ended up having to do is figure out why. What would happen if you turn it over? It would click like it's dead. Turned out, and I'll flash a picture of it, the old battery terminal connectors were all worn out, so I welded new lugs on. Not welded, but soldered. I took them on my bench vise, put them in, put solder in them. And then once I soldered them, I brought them over, heated them back up with my torch over there, and then stuck them on. And now the car starts just fine. I've got it on a battery tender because it sits for times without me starting it. A couple of things holding me up is on the doors. I'm replacing the glass and the regulator and all that, plus the weather stripping. And the weather stripping is ridiculous. It's like $252 for just the doors. Both sides, and then it's like $30 for the trunk. Go figure. It's stupid, but it doesn't matter. The only other thing is that right here in the previous videos where I had to work the dents out, and I'll have some photos explaining it a little bit better. When you set the glass on, because I paid my buddy I had paid him to come back and put the glass back in. We set the glass in, and right in here it sits about an inch too low. So what I did is I took those wood blocks right there, pardon the fishing poles and crap back there. They're just kind of storing in there for me. Took my jack, I set it up in there, and then I jacked it up and I pushed, and I set it across up here and pushed up. And when I pushed up, it lined up perfectly. Photo right here. The only thing is, in order to fix that permanently, I'm gonna have to weld stuff back here, if the camera will focus on it. Back up in here, where I cut it out to get up there with a hammer and dolly to fix where the tree fell on it. Like I said, I've made videos on this car before. There's some burnout stuff on it. The flake I put in the paint's really pretty, and the camera doesn't really do it any justice. This was my first car. I still love it to death. I've still got plans for it in the future. As much as I don't like this engine, it's gonna stay in it for a long time because it's a brand new Joster reman that I got with the car for dirt cheap. I do want to get the On3 Turbo kit, but in order to do that, I got to swap the K-member and a bunch of other stuff, so I'm going to get the car finished first before I do any of that. But that is the state of this car, and while I'm in here, because my other cars are outside, I might as well give you a state of my shop. A while ago, I made a video detailing me replacing a bunch of the lights and the light bulbs. Well, with how dark this video is, you can tell, even though I swapped the light bulbs out in here, and all these other freaking light outputs, the ballasts in them are bad, and those bulbs are either burnt out or just not getting lit. So, yeah, I wasted my time with that. I might go through and redo the ballasts, but I don't know how long I'm going to be in the shop, so who knows? Who cares? I got air compressor over there. I've got a workbench over here that used to be my old desk that I'm thinking about building a new one. I want to rebuild it so I can mount this bad boy. I have a bench vise over here that I would like to mount up, but I currently can't because the 2x4 is in the way that's laid out, so I want to redo it. I'm just using a little card table to hold all the car parts. I gotta JB weld a stud back in here before I can put the sail panel back on. And oh, I forgot to mention, with this car, the other major thing holding me up is getting the doors done. Once the doors are done, I can put them on, which allows me to put the fenders on, which allows me to put the hood on, which allows me to put the bumper on and the running boards. And then all I've got left is fixing that dent. Once that dent's fixed, I can put the sail panels on, the trunk on, and the rear bumper on. Now, once the rear bumper is on and all that, technically the car's drivable. I can get the glass put back in, but I'll come under here and see that little leaky oil spot in the middle? That's where the differential's leaking. The differential in this car has 188,000 miles. It's worn out. It only locks up going to the left. I've got to rebuild it. That's gonna be $500-600 on top of it, and money doesn't grow on trees. So yeah, I'm kind of rambling at this point. I don't really care, but I gotta rebuild it. So I'm gonna put 410 gears in it, or 373s. I haven't fully decided yet. A new clutch pack, new bearings, replace the studs on the axle because the wheel studs are getting a little worn out, and then go from there. But back to what I was saying. With this, I got my toolbox over here. I want to build a new bench, obviously, but I got all sorts of tools, and I'm slowly building more. So I want to do more things. I want to get a welder here soon, start learning the weld for other upcoming projects I want to do eventually. So that's where that's at, the shop and the car. So I guess let's go to my other two cars. So like I said, I own two other cars. This right here is my daily. It's a 2002 BMW 530i. It's got the inline six with the auto, fully black interior. It's a little dirty right now, so I don't mind, but it runs great. I got it for 500 bucks. I actually just put, all I had to do to it was I put new rubber on it, and it's hard to see because of the sunlight. But I've actually got drilled and slotted rotors, painted the rotors, ceramic pads on it, and I got them for 130 bucks, so I can't complain. eBay's a fantastic place. But it drives great. I haven't really had to do much to it. It's been a little unreliable to begin with just because it sat for 3 years. The previous owner said I sat with the windows down during a hurricane, so a wing got in it. It doesn't really smell like that. The only thing you could tell that happened was that rain came in and hit the header. Not the header, but the header, the overhead piece. I can't remember the name of it right now. That's my dog being a little butt. But it runs great. The only other damage this car has is it wasn't an accident. All that happened was this little bit got pushed in. I really don't care. Like I said, I got the car for 500 bucks. I can't complain. It's sporty, it's comfortable. It's got black leather interior, charger. I put an Toto double din unit in so I can get rid of the sun, block the sun out a little bit. I put a Toto double din unit in with a backup camera. It's got nice AC, heated seats, heated steering wheel. Overall, I can't complain. It's a great daily. It's been reliable ever since I replaced the pulleys and the water hoses, which blew up on me on the side of the road on separate occasions. So it is what it is. On to the next car. This is my work van. It's an 07 Chevy Express van 1500. It's got the V6 in it, but it's got a ladder rack and all that fun jazz. I'm a carpenter by trade, so it's just got all my carpentry stuff, miter saw, drills, and all that, etc. Nothing interesting, but I do use it to haul around engines and stuff. It's got 118,000 miles on it. We got it for like 11 grand. It runs fantastic. This is locked. Give me a second. It's locked. Air hose, compressor, all that fun jazz. Mobile workshop. It runs fantastic. It's reliable. Don't have much to say about it other than it tows cars just fine with its trailer hitch, which is odd for a V6. I don't understand why they put the trailer hitch on it, but hey, not many came with it, and I'm not gonna complain that mine does. So, like I said, it runs pretty good. All manual locks, manual windows, nothing fancy. Oh, that was unlocked, whoops. Nothing fancy. Runs and purrs like a kitten. A little bit of an exhaust tick, but I really don't care. Runs fantastic, no lights, no nothing. I use it to tow in, grab engines and stuff from the junkyard and haul shit. All the parts for the car I hauled in this. It's useful, especially once you take all the equipment out of it, which is easy. I can put my staging spot over there. Other than that, there's nothing really special about this. I really don't have any plans other than to keep it stock. It's a work van. Same with the BMW. I plan to keep it stock. The only things I got to do with the BMW still is the fact that it's got an idle issue where it doesn't want to idle when it's cold. I think it's because of the oil leak, which it has an oil leak when it's full, but after it's been a little bit, it stops because it gets low. I think it's the valve cover. Not sure. It's also got a power steering leak, but that's the only issues with it. Like I said, the van's got no issues. So, yeah, that's all my cars. And of course, I've got my pupper over here. I got him between the last time I uploaded a video and of recent. His name's Ranger. He's just a good boy. Ooh, ooh. He's a very good puppy. Young Siberian Husky. He's my bestest bud. He's my shop dog. He comes with me whenever I come here. Oh, tell me about it. Really? That's all? That's all you got? Got a little water bowl over there. That's what that is. I got him leash. He can come inside the shop or outside the shop whenever you want. Well, I do live in Florida, so I do keep an eye on him because it does get warm out here, but it's a nice, cool 70 out right now, so he's good. And like I said, he's got water bowl over here. So that sums up my cars. I'll get back to you in a sec. So those are my vehicles. That's the state of the shop. And now I want to talk about things I want to do in future and my plans. So I'm slowly building and amassing my tools. I've got my shop here that I'm able to do a lot of stuff in. So right now, my plan is to get the doors done, get them swapped out, get them on the car, get the car wrapped up, get all the bumpers and stuff on it, get it running and driving so I can drive it out of here. And once it's running and driving, I'm going to just enjoy it for a little bit. And while I'm enjoying it, I'm going to start looking for my next project. I plan on getting a welder, a press, a bunch of stuff like that. Big tools. And what I want to do is, as I've looked into it a lot recently, I want to do an LS swap. And I don't want to do an LS swap on just anything. I want to do it on a mini truck. So right now I've been shopping around in the market. I can't really find anything good in my price range that I'm okay with. I'm probably looking for a roller. I know what I really want to do is a Nissan 720, but there really aren't a whole lot around me. I really like the trucks. There is one, I'm talking to the owner now. Wants a little bit too much. I'm trying to get him to come down. I'm kind of sitting on a little bit. There isn't really a whole lot of interest in it. So we'll see how that goes. But if not, I might get like an older, like late 80s, very early 90s S10 or Tacoma pickup, Tacoma or Toyota pickup or Nissan D21 hardbody. Not fully sure yet. All I know is I want it to be a small truck. So we'll see how that goes. I basically want to make videos about my whole process of learning everything. I want to use LS, probably a 5.3, a 4.8, or a 6.0, whatever's in the junkyard that day. I want to use a stock harness and just thin it out. I want to use the stock factory PCM with HP tuners to tune it. I want to learn to tune it myself. I want to do all the work. I want to weld the K-member and all that for the suspension. I want to put a 8.8 in the rear. I want to clean the truck up. I want to swap the seats out. I want to do all that myself, and I want to catalog here. But first, I got to finish this project. Once this project is out of here, then I can do that. So next thing you'll probably see on the channel is either me getting more work done on this or building a new bench, because I need a new bench in order to do work on. Because currently all I have is a table over there and my old desk, which is being used. And I want to be able to mount my vice clamps and everything. After that, who knows? I only do this in my spare time. So we'll see how it goes from there. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is the state of my channel, and welcome, and I hope to have fun with y'all along the way. I'll see you later. Woo!